Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. I want to follow up on the video I made of the concept of using the dumpsters as instant pillboxes or defensive positions. A lot of guys commented, well, that won't stop a bullet. I mean, a lot. So I didn't know if they even watched the video in its entirety. But I think 3 times I mentioned using this tractor, adding dirt, putting dirt on it. So I don't know where the confusion was, but no, a dumpster will not stop a bullet. But the dirt that you put on it will. So go back and watch it for those guys that kept commenting on that. Dirt is the answer to making things bulletproof, and it's very inexpensive. So let's talk about this real quick so you can understand. Some of the guys commented, well, I wouldn't get in that, I'd hide behind it. I would get in it. I've been in bunkers very similar to that. We use the little connexes, the very small connexes, and use those overseas to make instant bunkers by sandbagging them. I would so much rather be in it. I don't think I've ever had someone run out of the bunker and say, I don't want to be in the bunker, I'd rather be outside. No, most of the time more guys are trying to get into the bunker because it is very much more protection, even against plunging fire. I'm going to talk about plunging fire. Most of you are saying, what the heck, Dave? I'll talk about it in another video. It's a real thing that if you get good with a machine gun, it's devastating to the enemy. Alright, let's talk about the dumpsters. When you're going to set up a defense and use it, where you put it, why are you putting the dumpster where you're putting it? There needs to be concrete answer to that question. You just don't, oh, let's put it here. Does that position support your defensive plan? It's a whole thing about the defensive plan consideration. I'm not going to go into it. I'm just going to touch a couple of them. If you're going to place this thing and use it as a defensive bunker, you need to check your sectors of fire. What you want to do is make sure that any other positions that you put up have interlocking fire. And it's basically in depth. I'm just going to zoom in here. You see right here, these are positions. Make sure that they can interlock with each other, support each other, and also make sure you don't put them on a nice straight line, because then they're not in depth. You want one back further, so if they breach your line, yes, they might take a position, but if they take that, they take that. You can still use these two and help that position. So it's in depth and it's mutually supporting, because what you don't want is 50 guys to attack one position and no one else can help them. That means you'd have to bring your reserves in. You want to be able to support it so you have multiple positions firing into their where they're attacking you. Okay, so basically I like at least to dig in halfway. If you can dig in your bunker, build your bunker, and this applies to just building one out of natural materials or using construction materials. Dig it in. If you can dig in at least halfway, that's awesome, because that means you'll have all the dirt that you just dug out to put on top of it. It's good to have some sandbags. You need to put a little overhead here because you need to extend the dirt. If you don't have sandbags and you don't have this, your dirt is going to be right here. I'd rather have a little bit more protection overhead and frontal. So you don't have to sandbag the whole roof. If you just make a sandbag wall and sandbag around it, then you can fill that in with the dirt. So you save a lot of sandbags. Make sure you put some sandbags right at the front, unless your earth comes totally up, but it's best to have some right there. Okay, why did I like this? I like this because of one reason. Let's say you got a terrain that's a hilly terrain, and you got your green guys, Martians, guys from Mars are coming at you. If you don't have this position, and you only have this position, yes, you can put accurate direct fire onto these people, but I like grazing fire, and this can be achieved by having a position level with the earth, so you can fire along horizontally with the earth, and you want to start about 36 inches above the ground. And basically what you're going to do is just keep firing and firing 36 inches above the ground. If this guy wants to do that, it's impossible for him to do that. He has to aim at each individual target. He has to aim here, he has to aim here. This guy is on the same plane and he can just keep firing. This is very important at night. At night, if you don't have nods, night vision, this is going to be very hard to hit these guys. But this guy, if he has some type of tripwire, noise-making device, if there's limited obstacles out here, some barbed wire, some concertina wire, and these guys try to clear it, try to go through it, they make noise, he can fire Grazing Fire and take care of the problem. Next video, I'm going to show you how to do that Grazing Fire better, and also how to shoot at night into targets that you know that are downrange from your bunker. Very important video for you to understand this. This is old school, without nods, how to kill the green guy. Let's hypothetically say you're in a suburban city area and you can't dig it in. Then sandbag the front, sandbag the top. You can also use that to give you a little bit more elevation if you need to see further. Problem with this is, you see that sun? These things become ovens, literally. That is why you gotta cover them and insulate that. Use that dirt to insulate it, so you can stay inside, because you can't. Today's gonna be almost 100 degrees in the south. You will get fried if that was you. So hopefully this helps you a little bit. Setting up a defense is very important in a conflict that develops. Some guys say, no, I want to be mobile, I want to be able to move around. You're going to have some terrain you control to support the guys that are trying to move around. You just can't be, oh, I'm just going to move around. Because you're going to have key infrastructure that you want to keep. You might have key supplies you want to keep. And we have non-combatives. Our wives, our children, people that are not frontline troops that we're going to have to protect, that will not be able to just pick up and walk into the woods with a pack. And most Americans can't just walk into the woods with a pack. You might have this romantic idea that you can, but in reality, there's only a few people I know that could just disappear into the mountains and survive, and also then conduct guerrilla warfare against the Martians, the guys from Mars. Hopefully this helps. So many videos to do. I try to make a list. I just gave up on the list. There's just hundreds of concepts that will help you survive the invasion of the Martians. Just things I've learned over years in the military, things I've seen overseas, things I've done. They're just little tiny nuggets of gold that will help you protect yourself, protect your family, protect your community from the little green guys. Thanks for watching.